on top of the world, looking down on... Ow! This is Baka Wozat. I'm going to change my name to Baka Wozat because of chickens. I'm here today on the Wozcast, which is the best place to be when you are a person like me, because you get to do things, and you get to enjoy doing things. This has been a rousing success. Well, the problem is, I fall to my death sometimes when I do this, so I have to make sure I push myself back onto the ladder. Oh, it's darker down here. That's strange. Oh, it's raining. Oh, pfft. My 128 little space has been a success. I get to stand out and watch that move. I don't remember what it's down to now, but 120. The reason why I set this up at 120 is because this goes down to 0, and because it goes down, or it's going to go down to 0, and so therefore it's going to have equal amount of rendering up, so that it can place the blocks of the chests, and down so that it can actually make sure it gets something other than just stone. That's the idea. We're down to 95. That's not bad. That's not bad. What is that, 3/8? It's got 3/8 left to go. We can start on the next batch. This has been a much longer, more complicated setup than we've done before. I'm still looking to try to find some kind of energy that'll work. As you know, Buildcraft is extremely unresponsive for other things. Can't get the not EU, I'm sorry. Blah, blah. Can't get Mechanism to work with it. And I don't think EU has anything, and I don't have EU stuff anyway. And this still hasn't gone to page 2 on either one of these. So that is excellent. Now, I'm recording this on December 22nd, early in the morning, and the idea is that I'm not going to be able to edit or upload this right away because of some serious problems and I have to take care of. I've been feeling a little sick lately, but yeah, I'll be okay by the time this is probably uploaded. But my problem is I have a lot of stuff to do at home because I've had a serious problem with getting the furnace filter checked out. Now, you have to understand... Not furnace filter, I'm sorry, just the furnace. The problem is, the company I used to do a tune-up of the furnace sort of went out of business and was absorbed by another company a couple of years ago. And they wouldn't tell me that. I had to find out when they showed up, and I'm like, maybe the wrong people came, because sometimes you call them and they do the wrong... They send the wrong guys because you're calling a national... Or something, a hotline or an 800 number, and they're national, and it's like, okay, Chicago area, we're going to send this guy out from this, but it's not the same guys you're used to. Well, it turned out that it was the same guys, and they just changed it because their company was no longer by that name. I don't know why that is. So we took the other name, and that was fine. And they gave the same service, even though it was different guys show up, but it's always been different guys showing up. And then... well, this year has been more complicated. Let me explain. We've got... They went out of business and they didn't tell anybody. They were kind of... Their website even got taken over. I didn't have any way to call them because their phone numbers were all disconnected. And so I had to go to the website and they directed me to the new guys. But the new guys didn't have a 773 area code. You might say, well, what's so important about a 773 area code? And I'm like, well, obviously, if I can't call them by that area code, then it might be a long distance call, and I don't have a long distance service. You might say, well, why don't you have a long distance service? Well, got any money? I disconnected my long distance service because I was paying, I don't remember what, like $20 for not making any calls. And I'm like, well, why do I have to pay $20 to not make calls long distance when I just don't call people long distance? It's the same thing with the regular phone. Landline phone, of course, because, you know, guess how much it costs to do... Guess how much it costs to do cell phones? Why, yes, very, very expensive. plans are over $100 a month. I've seen much larger, 150, 200, and I think that's before any extra charges they might sneak on there. I'm not going to mess with that. You got that money, you give me that money, I won't be spending it on a cell phone. But if I had to, if somebody gave me money, I'd mess with a cell phone. If they told me you have to do that, and I'm like, I'd do it, but the instant that I couldn't pay, I'd just say disconnect the service, and then they charge me extra. I'm sorry, I'm not going to deal with this. This is what is known as a rip-off. I've got a computer. I use the computer. The computer is cheaper than many cell phones. I'm waiting for bedtime. Okay, anyway, so I had to call, and so what I had to do is I had to look online. There's a service online that explains how you look up a number and it'll tell you whether or not it works within your area code. But it was only my internet provider that could provide this. So it was amazing that they were the ones who provided the service. And so I called or I checked it out, and it said, yes, this 708 number is within the calling distance. I was like, oh, that's really good. The other one was an 815 number. It's not an 800 number. It's 815. It's an area code, and I couldn't call that one because it was not. Okay, we're done there. So it took a while to get through to them. I tried contacting them by their website before that, and it wouldn't work. They would give me a bunch of malarkey. I never got contacted back by these guys, and I waited like a week. And you gotta get the service made for your furnace. If you've got a furnace, you gotta get it serviced, or else it's gonna stop working very well, and then you gotta get it fixed, repaired, and probably get parts replaced. And you don't have stuff that bad if you get it serviced regularly. And so, although I am paying some money, it's much, much less than I would have to pay if I had regular problems with it. Anyway, never mind that. The point is, I've been really worried about this, and I've also had some other semi-health problems. So I'm not doing very well right now. So forget all that. Well, we made some changes here. Now, let's see if I can remember what these changes were. This is one of those crazy things where I did blah, 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 and I haven't told anybody. I removed the planks we had here and replaced them with this over here, so I could walk around up there. I changed this around. I changed a few things so that they go different places. This has been upgraded seriously. Everything now runs speed of 4 out of 8, energy of 8 out of 8, and there's some cases where speed could be 8 out of 8, but I think we just made 4 speed for everything, because 8 speed would be impossible with all of these guys. I got a bunch of columns now, and we still sometimes get the leaves coming through here. But yes, these are all working at full clip, whatever that means. We have a factory now. Got 3 things going at once. And I have to have the auto sort on, otherwise it might just run one thing. It's better to have 3 things going because it could run these things through faster. But yeah, there's this dust is piling up despite the... Oh, it's almost empty. Hey, I finally got it down to almost empty. That's awesome. Nothing in there. Yeah, these guys have been waiting a long time, and I'm really glad it works now. I had double chests, and I've turned them all into iron chests because I got lots of iron. Or I did have a lot of iron, but I haven't gotten any iron since then. I'm still waiting for them to send iron down here that we can process. I didn't show this, but I made this little pathway down here so that I can mess with the works underneath the device. Otherwise, the transfer pipes are not going to make it work properly. It's all got to go down here and into there, which it does. We're making stone pillars today. Nice. Let's see. Cracked bricks. Okay. Now this I didn't want to... Now this is a complicated thing. I haven't actually made any pipe filters that were from extra utilities. And there's a reason for that. I need string, I think. Transfer pipe filters. Here we go. Requires filter, and filter requires string. But I need to test it. And I decided I don't want to test it in a creative mode. So what I did was I gave myself some stuff, and transfer pipe filters and a couple of regular filters. But this is just going to be for testing, and I promise that I will destroy that when I'm done testing it, and I will, well, maybe not when I'm done, but I won't be using these. I'll be making my own, but I have to get some string, or I can't do that. And the string comes from spiders. I don't have any spider action. Spider action. There's a comic book. So as you can see, I got leather, which looks like a cobweb. No, but I promise that my testing is just being done there, and I will destroy that stuff and not use it. Any of it. Well, I did make the chests, and I am using regular pipes and stuff. All I really did was make these and these. But there's the filter. That's dirt, and that's cobblestone. And we've been getting cobblestone there, dirt there. Okay, but now, what happens when we set it to dirt? So now we got dirt on that one, which I'm weird. You have to click on it to look at it like that. Oh well. Okay, so now we should have it. Okay. Okay, I've decided to do something really crazy. Since that's been breaking stuff, and no matter what I ever put for ground that's a full block gets broken. And so I'm putting fences here. And so far, nothing has gone wrong. But I haven't done this yet. And the eyeballs cry. Boy, do they cry a lot. I don't even need the slime blocks. Here we go. Put up. Okay. Also, I really hate these being here. They get in the way. I have to climb up here to knock these oak leaves down. Alright, so 4 blocks if I ever needed them. Bananas are finally enough to put in there. Doesn't only frees up 1 slot. Well, what'd you expect? Okay, so far so good. I'm really happy that these are almost done. And then we'll get to do the dusts and the bricks. That's going to be a milestone and a half, I can tell you. Are we just about done with this place? We need any more rails? We need anything else? I wanted to start on other things. Like I wanted to go downstairs to the little lip and start building buildings. But then we got to have the interior buildings, and we don't have those yet because we got to dig out those. So we'll probably work on that later. No, what I want to do now is we're going to go exploring. And we're not going to go exploring down the, what is it, the west? The west bridge. And you can tell it's a bridge from here, which is what I want to hear. You can just see the lines starting them up. Well, I don't want to go there because, well, you know, it's dangerous. But we can go downstairs, and we can start digging downstairs. But to do that, let's see what we got here. We need to add some stuff. He says. We should take a travel bed. Just in case something happens and we need a travel bed. Travel bed. There's my travel bed. I'll need a regular workbench. Well, we can make one en route. What else? Diamond in case we get into some other kind of fracas. And we need to make one more pick. Alright, here we go. I actually haven't been downstairs in a while. I actually don't want to go downstairs because I'm afraid we're going to get serious lag when we get to the bottom because of loading up the chunks in the other map. it's going to cause problems enough to delete stuff, and I don't want to do that. But I've been so fruitless with getting anything else done. Oh, and somebody's going to say, why don't you set up a, whatchamazit down here? A railway. You know, that's actually a good idea. Alright, we'll start on the railway today. Okay, so at this point what I'm doing is I'm just placing torches, moving torches to just off the wall, because I don't want to make a separate... I don't have to dig a separate tunnel or a separate, an extra, widening the tunnel for this. So I'm just digging into the wall, which is the usual standard thing I do. Now, there's a reason why I've been, there's a reason why I'm actually re-recording this dialogue or monologue, because I complained like a lot. I was really angry at something that was going on regarding Lord of the Rings mod being played in 2 new series by 2 Mindcrackers, Vintage Beef and Paul Suarez Jr. has started doing that again. And I started complaining about it and ranting about it. And basically the idea is that I really shouldn't have. We can't complain about everything that just we don't like. I mean, we have a problem, we have to not complain about it if possible. And sometimes we do complain about it. And, I mean, it's just what happens. We get really angry. And I've been a very, very upset man of late because of some... Maybe it was the health problems talking, I don't know. I started recording this on the 22nd, and I'm now recording this on the 26th. I'm recording this dialogue on the 26th. So that's where we're at with this. I've been somewhat ill, was away from the computer for a couple of days. Just a bunch of things like that. I was really surprised, as I really thought this was gonna be a much longer situation, and it wasn't. It was actually pretty good. Got to the end a lot sooner than I expected. There is really something to be said about being bothered by something, but it's just when you're bothered by something, instead of complaining about it and saying what's wrong, it's better to like try to improve as a human being. You know, if something seems unfair or something just doesn't seem right, well, let's not talk about the Mindcrackers and their video, but I will say one thing. They really pissed me off because they were so ignorant of aspects of the mod. Well, anyway, Vintage Beef was. Paul Suarez Jr. was a little bit more knowledgeable, but it was really annoying. Anyway, I was going to make a series of the mod again, and I just thought, well, why do a series when, you know, it would have to be single player? And that's the point. If I want to play the thing, I could do Dark Times. I could go back. Dark Times is still going. I could start playing in Dark Times and do a series in that. And it still wouldn't do as well, which was partly why I was complaining. I was upset about the circumstances. Anyway, never mind that. We're about the end of this thing. And I've made it to this area, and I'm like, we're going to dig the thing. We're going to figure out where we're going to put everything, how it's going to be set up. There's the portal. I was talking also about the portal causing problems with some region files. It was generating all these region files like it was some kind of bug. But anyway, here we go. 2 of those. And then put 2 of the other kind in there, and there you go. And then where do we put the button? And I thought, there, no, there, no. And I just said, let's put it on the left. So I just, that's good. Then you gotta test it, because otherwise maybe we can't reach it or something from the cart. So put cart down. Get in cart. In, there it is. Yep, no problem. And then, ow! Because I forgot to make that a 3 high area. And then it's just placing these things, and it's just what we do, and no big deal. Had a really, really bad experience the last couple of days trying to get everything done. Getting the furnace guy here, you know, overcoming a bit of illness. much to my chagrin, of seeing more video series of people who are perhaps not as intrigued with the series. I mean, heck, if you've played Lord of the Rings mod as much as I have, you know exactly what that's like, and you know where stuff is, and you know what to do, and it gets rather routine and it gets rather uninteresting and more dull if you can't do some decent multiplayer action. So I'm thinking they should get together and do a series on a server, a multiplayer thing. That's all they need to do. Okay, so at this point, I'm placing these. Now, normally you can place switches, and switches are fine, but switches are not fine because we've got so much redstone. Redstone being what it is, of course, it's perfectly fine. If I ever run out of redstone, somebody will tell me, and I'll just go get more. That's one of the great things about this, is I usually get a very limited number of redstone. And I never really need any more. I never even need that much that I get. And if I got all the redstone I ever found or saw, it would be ridiculous. I'd have to do several chests worth of it. Anyway, this isn't important. Yeah, Paul Suarez Jr. doing a new series of Lord of the Rings mod is really cool, because he did one originally. He was the first Mindcracker to do this, and first player that a lot of people knew about. It's how I found out about the mod, and it's how I got started, and what got me wanting to play the mod in the first place. Both me and Mind of Mike, and a couple of other of the Dark Times members. I mean, these guys are the Ne Plus Ultra of the Lord of the Rings set, and they all learned from Paul's. Is he still Paul Suarez Jr. given his age? Is Senior still around? That's impressive. Wonder what's going on there. I haven't watched a Paul Suarez Jr. video in ages, so that was really something to see that. By now he's got a couple more episodes out since I recorded this thing, and I think they're doing a good job now. Of course, I have to ask the question as to why they're doing it. By this point in the narrative of my original recording of this episode, I was really ranting. But it's at this point, I'm like, I am one short. I'm just one short for the... There we go. And I'm like, that doesn't look right. And so I decided we'll fill that in. So that's something anyway. It doesn't line up quite the way I want it to, but what the heck. And at this point, I'm like, well, we got to figure out where we're going to put the next one, because I was thinking of doing another one that went out to 512 so we could go to the Outer Lands. If there's anywhere else I want to put a rail to from down here, that would be a great idea. I was thinking of going through the portal, and I was thinking of doing something else. I'm like, well, let's fill this in. Oh, no, wait, I didn't do that. No, wait, I did do it. Did I? Did I? Didn't I? Oh, come on. There. Okay. Yeah, I'm filling it in. Yeah. It's coal. You got to do that. Don't need coal. Wonder if I could use the rest of that lava anytime soon. Okay, at this point, I'm looking around thinking maybe I can... Oh, I got to test it. Oh, yeah, of course I got to test it. Gotta test it, because you never know if there's a break in the track and then it stops you suddenly or something. It's always a problem. You gotta make absolutely sure. On the other hand, it's such a short span of track. It's only 200 plus. It's hardly worth bothering. It's like, what, he doesn't want to... Well, another question it could be asked is, why didn't I just make a diagonally downward track and not have to do this from down here? Because that way I don't have to go down a ladder and by cart. Well, that's what I would have done if it was Mental Block CC Season 1, or MBZ as I call it, or Vanilla Season 6. I'm really ranting. I'm going back to get ladders. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going back upstairs by ladder to go get some ladders, because I want to place some ladders. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to place some ladders because I want to go from there into the upper area, and that is what we will do next. Probably. And in many ways, it's the same old story. What do I mean? Let's move these out here. Those are in the way. I like that looking like that. In many ways, it's the same old story. You know, I'm playing this single player because if I was doing this in a mod pack, it would never get anything done, and then people would be clamoring for a new season, and then I wouldn't be able to get anything done. And that happened to me. I was trying to renovate Minas Morgul, was it? I've forgotten now. Trying to renovate Minas Morgul. And what happened is that they wanted to end the season. I'm like, I'm not done. And so I had to have a fight there, and I had to lose my stuff, and I didn't want to... Anyway, so there's that. There's also the, just single player of anything, really. Where am I going to put this ladder that I'm so excited about? We have a ladder. Where is this ladder going to be placed? Yes. Yes, that is it. That is where we will place the ladder. It's perfect. It's perfect. And so I had serious problems with this all the time. All the time I had these problems with this setup. I mean, want to do a single player because you can't do... My problem is it gets too dark up here. How many of these I got? Oh, there's more. I'm just really upset, that's all. It's not a major complaint or anything like that. Cannot see a thing up here. Ugh. Alright, well, there we go. Oh, I put it in the wrong place. It won't take long. I'll get to the surface. Iron ore. I guess the point I'm just making is we need better. So many little problems that happen in the world, and so much to complain about that's actually evil, actually bad things in the world. And here I am just making some stupid commentary about how things just aren't going very well. I'm not saying they're not going my way. Personally, I don't care if they're going my way specifically. It's not about my way, it's about... There's a cave! Okay, this is going to cause a problem because I wasn't going to do a caving episode. But, here I am. Big room. Big area. Could fall down. Look at that! Ah! Okay, calm. Calm. Alright, Let's see. That one there, one there, one there. Okay. So now all I gotta do is I gotta do a little better with this. Oh, there's all sorts of spaces here. There's one up here. Can't see the ceiling. Well, my... Oh, wow! It's a ravine! It's a humong... That's our regular ravine? I didn't even know there was stuff up here. How tall is this ravine? Well, that was very much something. All right. Well, my point is I'm just been upset. You know, I got somebody asking, when were you going to make another? What's that thing called? When were you going to make another episode of No Man's Sky? And I said, oh, I can make another episode of No Man's Sky because it's got a new blah 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 version. I'm like, okay, fine, we'll do that. Very, very good sign. Uh-oh. We're directly under a building, which I figured would happen. Well, nothing I can really do right now. It was... Ah! It destroyed the fence! It destroyed the fence! Ugh! Truly, this is the last eyeball. Don't want these anymore. I don't need them right now, but it destroyed even the fence! Uh-oh. It wasn't a building. Oh, crap. It wasn't a building. Hold on. And I forgot to take the ladders with me, and I need to do something like this? No. No, I need one more. There we go. Only need one right now. There we go. Okay, so... Ready? Can they go down? Well, you know, I don't think he's gonna do anything. I could probably hit him. Oh, I'm still using my stone sword. Oh, I'm underground. I'm actually underground. Where is this? Where is this? This isn't... I've never seen anything like this. What is it? It's not placing torches very well. What did I just get? Oh, that's a... This one's faster. Ah! I think I'm done. Oh, this is inside a building. Okay. So it wasn't the same, it wasn't the edge of a building, which I was worried that it was. Well, are you going to attack me or what? Boy, that guy moves fast. Spider? Look, real string! I had string from... Oh, you? I'm going to... What the hell? This guy's moving too fast for his own accord, man. It's a good thing we got a little bit of lag. Not as much as I'd like. Ugh. Can't go in there. Oh, Oh, this is an underpass. This isn't in a building. This is outside of a building. The dirt's all wrong. It's not supposed to be dirt. It's like an interior courtyard kind of thing. Weird looking trees. Acacia? Weird looking saplings. Oh, we're actually outside. Well, we are now anyway. Oh, this is awesome. Uh-oh. Wow, we've actually got 2 string. 3 string. I really can't trust anything here. Just gotta look at everything. This is a nice place to put everything. We're right on the edge of the obsidian wall. This is the other side of the obsidian wall. We could go through the obsidian wall, but there's just like, you know, just stone on the other side. This is nice. So what we'll need... Well, I gotta fight. I'm gonna use up this sword. I could have had a diamond sword ages ago, and I'm not using it. How's that? Is that for perverse or what? This is awesome. You again. Come on. Alright, I'm a little over my head here. Oh, they're fighting each other. That's cool. And you beat him! Thank you! Thank you very much. You're my new best friend. I only kill you lightly then. This'll take a while. This'll take a long while. This is the city! Millions of people used to live here until it got walled off and the people suppressed. And once they were suppressed, they had serious problems. And actually, I've gotten turned around here. I'm facing the wrong way. We got a lot of different trees. We got all these strange leaves in the ground. It's probably from the mod. This is nothing short of awesome. There's a fountain. We don't need the fountain. Well, we've done it. We've cleared out most of this area. Most of the local area, so we now have excess. What's that? Arrows and bones and okay, we gotta set this up. This is the location of what's Z and X? Manhole. We call it manhole. Manhole. But what's Z and X? That's at the surface. Well, close the manhole. Hey, this has been awesome. Almost completely, totally awesome. We should put one upstairs. We should have like a place to sleep upstairs as well. Yeah, well, that's how it goes. But here we go. We've got 4 string. Now the string is... No, wait a minute. Filter. Thank you. The filter requires 1 string for each filter, and we have 4 string. But I'll tell you what, this has been a poor experiment. A very poor experiment. How's this doing anyway? 1, 2, 0. 1, 2, 0. So it's working now, which is good. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to just destroy that stuff. We're going to destroy all this stuff. It's a failure. It might be useful in the future, but it's not useful now. We're going to just dump this stuff. So, bloop, bloop, and a bloop. Oh, you can have a filter for the trash can. You're supposed to put the filters in here, huh? So you only throw out, like, say, dirt or something. That's a pretty cool idea, actually. If I've ever got something I want to get rid of, what good is rotten flesh? Oh. Potion of purging? I don't know what that is. Okay. Villager trades. Oh, really? Yeah, but you gotta have one first. Don't have villagers yet. Boo. But now we do have the string. Gunpowder. Boy, this has been so weird. Such a weird episode. I honestly don't even know what I'm doing at this point. Putting letters away. I gotta just put this whole thing away. It's been a bad experiment. Just one really bad experiment. I am not fond of all this that has gone on before. Iron ingots. And yeah, that's it. Everything else gets put away. Blah. I really can't do anything in this area towards, starting to build anything until that's done down there. We can't do that down there. It's only down to 96. It's going to take a very long time before I get all that done. So meanwhile, I'm going to have to just chop down lots more trees, build more machines. How are we doing anyway? They're full, but they're still making noise. Well, that's about the derpiest thing I've ever constructed. The hell was I thinking? Man, what is wrong with me today? You think I'm coming down with some kind of stroke or something? Couldn't place anything. All I want to do is just build out this way. Go east, see what's down there. You know, it's the former thing you saw down there, that wall, will be there. But look at this. What am I supposed to do by all this? Ugh. I swear there's just something wrong with me today. Yeah, I've decided I'm going to start making some more of these so I could go off to the outer edges and we will. Oh, wait, am I dropping? Did I drop some? Not very happy about these stairs as it is. But the idea that I dropped all that stuff, I thought I picked it up and I didn't. All right, I got it now. I don't know. These last 2 episodes have been a real mess, and I don't know if I'm going to even upload them. Maybe I won't. You know, it's how do you play a game? And the answer is very carefully. Well, you know how this is. That's another thing. I didn't light all that up. I stopped lighting up over there, and I got more lighting up to do. I finished all the lighting up there. All of it. All of it's done. But I didn't do all the lighting up down here. Well, one task at a time. Look at all that. There's matrix code. If you ever, yeah, let's make that the screenshot for today. But nobody will understand it. Okay, almost there. What is over here? Oh, we're gonna have to. Well, we'll do what we can. There we go. It's all snow covered, but over there, sunflowers and another plant of some kind. It's not cactuses. Looks like it's just double high grass. Nope. That's an ice block. I think it's an ice block. Very nice. Oh. Kind of strange exposed stone over there. A strange tree and some strange sheep. 3 different colors of sheep. Oh, there's an area where it's not like that. I actually don't know if anything spawns where there's snow. I mean, if you look, you could maybe see the corners of X's, but that's really not the point right now. Because I got to do the rest of the other half of this. That's the more important thing. Make the bridge safe. That's what's important.